They chose you before you existed, before your first breath, before your name was given, before your mother held you. There was a meeting, and you were not there, but everything in that room was about you. Right now, you are watching this video. You think it was by accident. You think the algorithm sent you here. But what if it wasn't the algorithm? What if something older than time itself guided your finger to press play? What if this moment, this exact second, was scheduled long before you were born? There are billions of people on this earth, billions of screens, billions of videos, billions of souls scrolling. But you stopped here. You, not them, you. And I need you to understand something right now. The ones who feel like they don't belong anywhere, the ones who have always sensed something different inside themselves, the ones who feel a pull towards something greater but can't explain it, those are not random feelings. Those feelings have a source, and that source has a name. You have been marked, not by luck, not by coincidence, by divine intention. There was a meeting about your life. God spoke your name into the silence of eternity, and everything you have suffered, everything you have survived, everything that broke you open, it was all part of what was said in that room. Today, I am going to reveal what was decided about you, and after this video, you will never see yourself the same way again. Your tomb is empty now. Walk out. If this message found you at the right time, type chosen in the comments right now. And if you're not subscribed yet, do it now, because what's coming next will change everything. Part 1. The meeting before your birth. You were not an accident. I need you to hear that again. Slowly, deeply. You were not an accident. Before the foundations of this world were set, before the stars were named, before the oceans found their shores, there was a conversation. And the subject of that conversation was you. Think about that for a moment. In the vastness of all creation, in the infinite expanse of eternity, God looked at the blueprint of existence and said your name, your specific name, your specific face, your specific pain, your specific purpose. Not a general blessing for the masses, a specific assignment for you alone. The prophets called it foreknowledge, the mystics called it predestination, but I want to call it what it really is, love. Radical, violent, unstoppable love, because only love would go that far. Only love would design every scar on your soul before you ever had a chance to earn one. You have spent years asking why. Why the loss? Why the loneliness? Why the feeling of being too much and never enough at the same time? Here is what no one told you. Those questions were part of the plan. The confusion you carry is not a mistake. It is the pressure that forms diamonds. The chosen ones are never told early. They are tested first. They are broken open first. They are pushed to the edge of themselves first. Because what God is building in you cannot be built in comfort. It can only be built in fire. You have been in the fire. You know what it feels like to burn and still be standing. That is not weakness. That is the signature of the chosen. Not everyone survives the fire. You did. And the ones who survive, they were always meant to. The meeting decided it. Before you took your first breath, before you cried your first cry, you were already chosen, and the fire was already written into the plan. Now let me show you what else was decided in that room.
Part 2. What God said about your pain. Every wound you carry has a witness. Every night you cried alone. Every door that closed in your face. Every person who left. Every prayer that seemed to disappear into silence. None of it was unseen. Here is the hard truth that will also set you free. Your pain was not punishment. Read that again. Your pain was not punishment. The chosen ones are often convinced they are cursed. They look at their lives and see only the wreckage, the failed relationships, the lost opportunities, the years that felt wasted. the identity they couldn't hold together. And they asked God, "Why are you against me?" But God was never against you. God was preparing you. There is a difference between an enemy and a trainer. An enemy wants to destroy you. A trainer breaks you down to rebuild you stronger. What you experienced was not destruction, it was construction. Every betrayal taught you discernment. Every loss taught you what truly matters. Every breakdown was your soul shedding a skin it had outgrown. You were never falling apart. You were being rebuilt from the inside. And here is what God said about your pain in that meeting. He said, "Let them go through it. Let them feel it fully. Let them touch the bottom, because only at the bottom will they discover what they are truly made of. And what you are made of is not ordinary." The chosen ones are not protected from pain. They are equipped by it. Pain is their training ground. Suffering is their classroom. Survival is their credential. Every scar on your soul is a qualification, not a disqualification. The world told you that your brokenness made you less. God said your brokenness made you necessary, because the people you are meant to reach need someone who has been where they are. They don't need someone perfect. They need someone real, someone who came back from the dark, someone who stood in the fire and did not burn. That someone is you, and it was decided before you were born. Your pain had a purpose, and the purpose is only beginning to reveal itself now. Part 3. The assignment written in your soul. You have always felt it, that quiet pull, that restlessness, that sense that you are supposed to be doing something bigger, but you cannot name what it is. That is not anxiety. That is your assignment knocking on the door of your soul. In the meeting that happened before your birth, God did not only speak your name, He spoke your assignment, and He wrote it into the very fabric of who you are. It is in your instincts. It is in your obsessions. It is in the things that make you cry when no one is watching. It is in the injustices that set your blood on fire. It is in the dreams you are almost too afraid to speak out loud. The chosen ones carry their assignment the way the earth carries seeds, hidden, underground, invisible, but alive. And seasons come and seasons go, and sometimes it feels like nothing will ever grow. But the seed was never dead. It was becoming. You have been in the becoming season, the long, dark underground season, where nothing seems to be happening, and everything feels still. And you start to wonder if you imagined it all. You did not imagine it. You are a seed that is about to break open. The assignment God gave you is not gone. It has not been canceled. It has not been given to someone else. It is yours, sealed with your name, stamped with your pain, powered by everything you survived. And here is what most people don't understand about their assignment. It is not always glamorous. It is not always visible. It does not always look the way you expected, but it is always necessary. The world is waiting for what only you can give, not what someone else can give, not what the polished, perfect version of you can give. The real you, the broken and rebuilt you, the one who has been through the fire and came out refined. That version of you is the one the assignment was written for. And every single day you wake up and choose to keep going is a day you are fulfilling what was decided in that room. But there is one more thing God revealed in that meeting, the most important thing of all, and I've been saving it for last.
Part 4. The secret God kept until now. Here is what most people are never told. The chosen ones don't always feel chosen. In fact, the ones most deeply chosen often feel the most lost. They feel like outsiders. They feel like they're too sensitive for this world. They feel like no one fully understands them.
They feel like they are carrying something they cannot name. And that feeling, that is the weight of purpose. That is what it feels like to carry something eternal in a temporary body. God revealed something specific in that meeting. He said the path of the chosen would not be straight. It would wind. It would double back. It would go through valleys so dark they would question if they were ever chosen at all. He said they would hit moments of absolute silence, where heaven feels closed, where prayers feel hollow, where faith feels like a language they've forgotten how to speak. He allowed it, not because he abandoned them, but because the silence is where the deepest transformation happens. The silence is where the chosen ones discover who they are when no one is watching, who they are when no one is clapping, who they are when all external validation has been stripped away. And what remains in the silence is the truest version of them, the version God always saw. Because God has never seen you the way you see yourself. You see your failures. God sees your progress. You see your sin. God sees your hunger for something better. You see your wasted years. God sees the wisdom those years deposited in you. You see someone who doesn't deserve to be chosen. God sees exactly who He chose you to become. And here is the secret. The meeting that happened about you, it ended with God smiling. Not with disappointment, not with hesitation, with a smile, because He knew exactly what you would become. He knew you would question, He knew you would fall, He knew you would cry, He knew you would almost give up, and He chose you anyway. Not despite all of that, because of it. The cracks in your soul are exactly where the light enters, and the light coming through you was decided long before you existed. Your tomb is empty. It is time to walk out of it. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when your life looks the way you planned. Now. Because the chosen ones don't wait for perfect conditions. They move in the middle of the storm. They rise in the middle of the night. They walk out of the tomb while it is still dark outside. You have been lying in that tomb long enough. The grief, the doubt, the shame, the version of yourself you buried because the world said you were too much, that version of you was never meant to stay buried. The stone has been rolled away. Your name has been called, and the only question left is this: will you walk out? Will you choose to believe that the meeting was real, that your name was spoken, that your pain had purpose, that your assignment is waiting, that you were chosen before you were born? You did not find this video by accident. You were sent here, and now you are being sent back into your life, back into your calling, back into the body of someone who knows the truth. The truth is this: you are not ordinary. You never were. You never will be. You were chosen. You were marked. You were prepared. You were sent. Now go live like it. And if this message landed in your spirit today, subscribe right now, because this channel exists for you, the chosen ones. And what comes next will unlock even more of who you were always meant to be. Your tomb is empty. Walk out.